couldn't wait for you to come and clear the cupboard. But now you're gonna leave with nothing but a sign. Another evening I'll be sitting reading in between your lines, because I miss you all the time. So get away, another way to feel what you did on yourself, to know and let yourself go. You know you didn't lose your self-control. There's no the rainbow. Turn away, another way to be where you did let yourself go. Let yourself go. It's like so what do you wanna do? What's your point of view? There's no place. Where do you wanna go? A handshake with you. What's your point of view? I want talk for you. I don't wanna go, 'cause I really wanna stay at your house. And Paris looks so, but you know how much you brought me on. Don't you worry, knowing you. I don't wanna know. And I'm aware that you were lying in the gutter, 'cause I did everything to be there by your side. So when you tell me I'm the reason, I just can't believe the lies. And why do I so wanna call you? So what do you wanna do? What's your point of view? There's no place. Where do you wanna go? A handshake with you. What's your point of view? I want talk for you. I don't wanna go, 'cause I really wanna stay at your house. And Paris looks so, but you know how much you brought me on. Don't you worry, knowing you. I don't wanna know. So get away, another way to feel what you did on yourself, to know and let yourself go. You know you didn't lose your self-control. There's no the rainbow. Turn away, another way to be where you did let yourself go. Let yourself go. It's like so what do you wanna do? What's your point of view? There's no place. Where do you wanna go? A handshake with you. What's your point of view? I want talk for you. I don't wanna go, 'cause I really wanna stay at your house. And Paris looks so, but you know how much you brought me on. Don't you worry, knowing you. I don't wanna know.
Yo, what is up, stream? Welcome. So this stream is going to be a little bit different. So I sort of want this stream to explain a video that I'm making. I'm going to be making a video about if lag is an advantage or not. So it's going to be a little bit different, right? Let me go ahead and full screen in game real quick. But yeah, so if you guys did not see my last video, in my last video, I sort of talked about how lag can be an advantage on latest version because it literally reduces your KB. And if you're interested in all that, then you can watch the video. I'll put it down in the description. But that video sort of got a lot of people talking. It had some people from both sides, people being like, oh yeah, lag is like, it's a super big advantage. And then you had some other people who are like, oh, but Intel, you didn't talk about the disadvantages that lag causes. Like, lag sucks. It's bad. So in this video, I want to sort of talk about both sides, and I want to explain what the exact advantages lag causes are and what the disadvantages it causes are. So there's sort of a lot to unpack here. You do have to watch my last video to have an understanding of that. If you haven't seen it, then I would recommend watching. But basically, knockback scaling is sort of the reason why lag is an advantage, because if you exceed a certain ping range, then when you hit an enemy, they will literally take reduced knockback on the second hit. And knockback is like a big part of the game, right? Like if you take less knockback, you're just gonna win more fights. So with that, I do have a few updates, right? The first one that I want to show you is that I actually made a server, like a little bit of a test server, where we removed knockback scaling. And I actually tested this out with Mind Manor, and I'll show you guys it real quick. So let me find the video right here. So this right here is on sort of your average 1.19 server, right? Where they haven't modified the knockback at all. And you can see when I attack him, takes delayed knockback every second hit. So he basically doesn't move.
That's actually crazy. Like, you just can't combo at all.
I can't even knock you back. Like, you're inching forward. It's pretty self-explanatory.
I know.
So on here, this... Oh, wait, you guys can't see it? You guys can't see it? Ah! My bad. Here, I'll restart so you guys can see it. Okay, my bad. Okay. Here, right, is just your average 1.19 server, right? Which has no, like, modified knockback at all. And you can see straight here, Mind Manor, he's on basically 150 ping. So when I play this, and I sprint hit him every hit, you can see every second hit, he's taking delayed knockback. So I can't knock him back properly. So he basically doesn't move. And if that was a low ping player, right? If that was a low ping player, then they would take consistently the same amount of knockback with every hit. And it wouldn't look like that.
That's actually crazy. Like, you just can't combo at all.
I can't even knock you back. Like, you're inching forward.
I know. Yeah.
So here, this is a test server that I actually created. My developers helped me set this up. But basically here, we pretty much removed knockback scaling. So no matter what your vertical position in the air is, you're always going to take the same consistent amount of knockback. So you can see in this example, literally consistent knockback no matter what, which allows me to combo him. You can see he's like trying to attack me, but he can't hit me. And he still has 150 ping on here.
It's like flawless.
I know.
I like it. I really like it.
So that's the first thing I wanted to show off, is that this is actually something that is changeable. And I want to see more servers do it, but I'm definitely going to make my own server that has knockback scaling removed on it if other servers don't. So that's the first thing that I wanted to show off. So that in itself is a massive advantage, right? Like, if you have somewhat high ping and your internet is stable, right, then you can literally take reduced knockback, like, without even trying. That's a huge advantage on its own. So what some people were saying in my video, right, is that lag isn't always an advantage. Now, I want to showcase some examples where lag sort of screws up your gameplay, right? And one example, right, is in Crystal PvP, which I got a lot of comments on. So what I'm going to do, right, let me go ahead and turn on my volume so you guys can actually hear my gameplay. Hit load Crystal. Well, okay, here, before that, let's actually go on a single player world real quick, right? So let me show an example of this. So imagine this single player world is, it's a server where I have like really low ping on. So in Crystal, right, lag actually plays a really big part of in the game, and I'll explain why. So if this was a server that I had really low ping on, then you can see the amount of times I can, like Crystal. Let's try to get a good example. You can see I can Crystal really fast, right? Now, I know this is just a single player world, but like it would be the same thing if I had like really low ping. So if I go on a server where I have higher ping on, so this is MC PvP Club, I usually get like 100-ish MS on here. And let me load up the crystal kit real fast and go into crystal FFA. Hopefully nobody like attacks me because I sort of don't want to fight anyone and I just want to showcase this example real quick. But if I go over here and I try doing the same thing, right? Oops. You can see I can't crystal anywhere near as fast. Like it's way slower. And in a game like Crystal, right? The amount of times that you can blow up crystals, that is your DPS. So like the more times you can crystal, you're literally dealing more damage. So having like lag in this game mode is a really big disadvantage. And I actually want to explain how this works because it's pretty interesting to me, in my opinion. So the reason why, like I can crystal so much slower on a server with higher ping is because crystals are entities instead of blocks. And I can actually show this off here. If I use my hitbox menu right here, you can see that crystals are entities, right? Now, entities and blocks have different properties, right? So if I actually recorded a clip to show this off and I'm gonna play it real quick. Let me go ahead and disconnect. So let me find the clip that I wanted to show off. Okay. So how blocks function, right, is blocks are client side, right? Blocks are client side. Wait, change the game. Can you guys see my screen? Pack is vanilla v2, yeah. So whenever you place a block, right, and I'll show this off like right here. This is on a server, by the way, where I'm getting like 300 MS on, right? So blocks will place pretty much instantly and destroy instantly, regardless of like if you're on a server with low ping or high ping. Now, it still takes some time for the server to register that the block has actually been like placed and has been broken. But like you can see, you can still place blocks client side as fast as you want. Now, crystals, on the other hand, if I have 300 MS, like how I do on here, you can see when I broke the crystal, I left clicked and there's a massive delay from me breaking the crystal and the crystal actually being broken, like, you know, in game. So what that sort of means, right, because crystals are entities, is that when you place a crystal on a block and you have high ping, you have to wait for the crystal itself to place and for the crystal itself to be broken by the server before you can place another crystal on the block, because you can only place one crystal on an obsidian block at a time. If they were blocks, on the other hand, right, you would be able to spam them as fast as you want. Yes, there would be a little bit of a delay for it to be registered on the server, but if crystals had the same property as blocks, then because client side they're being spammed as fast as possible, like it would register the same on the server, right? And you can see, like, basically on the same server where I have 300 MS, I can place and break a block like as fast as I want. Now, there's actually an example that I can show you. If crystals were a block instead of an entity, there's actually a block in the game that functions there's actually like a block in the game that functions very similarly to a crystal. Do you guys know what it is? They are beds. And here, let me show you this example, right? So you can see here, right? Oh, can you guys not see my face cam, actually? This was sort of scuffed. Yeah, so beds sort of function similarly to crystals in a sense where when you right-click, when you right-click on a bed in the nether, right, it explodes. Sort of the same, but the difference here is that beds are blocks instead of entities. So you can see on the server, I have basically 100 MS, right? And I'm drag-clicking here for this example. You can literally hear how fast they're placing, right? How fast they're being broken. Like the explosions are going like... So if crystals were blocks instead of entities, then regardless of your ping, you'd be able to spam them as fast as you want. And that's sort of the explanation with that. And I think that's very interesting. But I sort of wanted to explain that. But regardless, right, ping is still a big advantage or a big disadvantage in a game like Crystal. And that's sort of the reason why I don't really find Crystal as a competitive game mode. And it's because of how ping-based Crystal is. Crystal's incredibly ping-based because the amount of crystals you can place and break per second is literally determined by your ping, and there's no way to fix that. So I personally don't find Crystal a competitive game mode because of that. But I heard some people saying, oh, like because lag, like people who have lag have such a big disadvantage in Crystal, that they should have the same advantage with knockback scaling where they take like reduced knockback to sort of like cancel it out, you know? Which is sort of bullshit. Because like with Crystal, the lag issues are tied to a specific item, which are crystals, while with knockback scaling, that can happen in any kit that you're using a sword. So why should like players have that advantage in Crystal when there's like a bajillion other games that don't use crystals, you know? So like that argument, it doesn't really make that much sense to me, personally. Now, there is another thing that I wanted to show off, right? Another disadvantage that players who have lag have, and that is shield delay. So I actually got a pretty good example of this on recording. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, so right here. So I'm on a server, right, where I have about 100 ping, and this dude, Founced, he has like 20 ping, right? So in this example, right, basically, when I attack him, he raises his shield, right? And then he hits me right after. So you can see I'm not dealing any damage to him, but he can constantly get like a hit on me, right? Which is pretty self-explanatory. Now, on the other hand, if I try doing the same thing, if I'm on 100 MS, right? You can see that he always hits me through my shield. So I can't block the attack. And you can see he ends up killing me here. Now, that is sort of an example of shield delay where if you're on high ping, right, you have to raise your shield much sooner than you'd expect for you to actually block the attack. And that can matter, right? That can matter a lot in shield-based game modes where, you know, like the shield is a big part of it. It can literally negate an attack. So shield delay is also a big disadvantage if you have high ping. But also, like, at the same time, a lot of good players, when it comes to Crystal, they've sort of worked around that. Where they just are literally used to, you know, raising their shields earlier, right? They're just used to raising their shields earlier to compensate for their ping. So even though it is a disadvantage, it's one that can be worked around if you just have good game sense and you're just used to your ping, right? So, like, yes, these are disadvantages, right? But the problem is that they're tied to specific items. Like with the Crystal PvP like example that I showed earlier, the disadvantage that having high ping classes, it's literally directly tied to crystals. So if you just don't use crystals, you don't have that advantage. And like it's the same with shields. For the 2.5 players who actually enjoyed shield-based PvP, like, yeah, it'll be a disadvantage. But it doesn't mean that knockback scaling, right, should be enabled to compensate for these disadvantages that are only tied with specific items. And that's sort of the point that I wanted to sort of talk about here. Now, I also heard some people talking about in my video, they're saying like, oh, well, my hits are super delayed when I'm on a high ping. That's like a big disadvantage because my hits just don't register. And the problem with that is that that delayed hits sort of work both ways, right? So when you have delayed hits, you can get hits that are crazy far away from the other player. And I also recorded an example of this that I can show really quickly here. Wrong video. So on this server, right, this is the server where I disabled knockback scaling. So everyone takes the same amount of knockback, regardless if you're high ping or low ping. And you can see my ping here. I have almost 300 MS, right? And this guy only has like 40 MS. You can see by using delayed hits to my advantages, I can still combo the shit out of him. And like what this is his point of view, right? It looks that like I'm a million blocks away. So like you can use delayed hits to your advantage if you just know how to play the game. It's not an advantage over low ping. And like there's another example, like 1.7 servers, right, for the longest time have pretty much had like they like all these servers have knockback scaling disabled for the most part on 1.7 servers. And there's an example of a player, his name is Defeat Boy. This guy, you can see he literally has 200 MS, right? He has 200 MS. He's fighting against a 10 MS leaderboard player. Let me mute the volume because I'm gonna get copyrighted for this. But you can see like he still does like super well against him. Like he can still like fight him, right? Regardless if knockback scaling is enabled or disabled. And that's because he's just good with his ping. He knows like that he has delayed hits and he knows how to use it to his advantage. And you can see by the end of this video, if it loads for me, I think he's gonna win here. Like you see he's getting crazy hits, right? He's still able to beat him. And you can see this entire like video, right? He's clicking what, 10 CPS, so he's not relying off of his CPS either. Now, I know this is 1.7 as opposed to latest version, right? But a 1.7 server with knockback scaling disabled, something like Mineman Club or Lunar, for example, it's pretty much the same as like a 1.19 server that also has knockback scaling disabled. Like, it's literally just like there's an attack cooldown. That's the only change. So people who are saying that if you have like delayed hits, you're going to be at a disadvantage, and that like removing knockback scaling is going to put all laggers at a disadvantage, that's just cap. Like it's actually just cap, like skill issue, if that's the case. Like you're like, if you can't play well even on like high ping with knockback scaling disabled, then you're sort of just bad. That's the truth. And there's players like this to prove it. But that's sort of what I wanted to talk about for the most part, is that like there are some disadvantages to ping that are tied to specific items. And, you know, I don't know why people would even play like Crystal at high ping. Like Crystal's just an uncompetitive game mode to me because of the ping related issues that it has. And like, I know like 2 people who like shield PvP, right? So I don't really care if it's an advantage in those game modes, but knockback scaling, I still think that it should be removed universally from all servers, because like it literally just makes the PvP so much better. And when you lag and take less knockback than someone who's not lagging, it's straight up an advantage. But that's sort of the point that I wanted to make. But yeah, I guess I'll end this video off doing just a few duels on MC PvP Club. And I'll finally actually acknowledge chat for a little bit. I'm sorry, I couldn't really talk with chat because I was just focused on this. Let me full screen. New room. Yeah, I do have a new room, actually. You hear about Dolly? Oh, yeah, man. I actually think it's super interesting. The whole Dolly drama is super interesting. Now, okay, my personal take, right, with when it comes to like cheaters, I don't really care that much if people cheat in a block game. Like, it doesn't really bother me that much. And some people get upset at me for saying that, but I guess I've just been in this community around for so long and have like experienced like so many cheaters to the point where like I don't really care about it anymore. This guy's sort of getting comboed. You're cracked with high ping? I mean, yeah, but to be fair, everyone who has high ping on 1.19 like is sort of cracked just because of the knockback scaling issue. Like, people can't make me move, and it's like, it's just dumb. I know it says 79 ms on here, but my ping hasn't updated because I just logged into the server. Updated, it would have like 100 ms. Yo, what's up, Pop Ass? How's it going? It's been a while. This guy's also lagging a little bit. Nice. Did you know Dolly as a friend? I was chill with him. Like, we had talked a little bit. Like, we weren't super close or anything. I was chill with him. He's a cool guy. Like, as a person, he's like a really cool dude. So like, if he had cheated, like, it's whatever. I think the evidence is pretty damning. Like, I think like it's gonna be very hard for him to disprove that he did not cheat. But at the end of the day, like, I don't really care. Because, like, he's a cool dude, and, like, it's just cheating in a block game. Like, it doesn't really bother me that much, personally. Oh my god. I sort of messed up. I'm probably gonna lose this fight. Unless I come back right here. Oh my god. Nuts. You still prefer 1.8 over 1.19? Like, right now, yes. Just because 1.8 doesn't have the stupid knockback scaling issue. But once, like, servers start to, like, remove that, then, like, I'm probably gonna enjoy 1.9 more. Because you won't have the same, like, stupid CPS advantage, which is just dumb. Okay, everyone should start closet cheating and become gods and post videos on YouTube that they're the best. Hell yeah, man. I mean, dude, you guys remember Verzide back in the day? Dude was the biggest pop PvPer. And it was, like, shown that, like, he cheated. The evidence wasn't as incriminating as it is with Dolly, just because back in the day, like, good anti-cheats didn't really exist as much. But I firmly believe that he cheated. There's, like, videos of him, like, blatantly using, like, side sprint. My aim sucks. He cheated, can confirm. Yeah. And it's like, this isn't the first time that something like the Dolly situation has happened in this community. So, like, I guess I'm not as, like, taken aback by it just because it's not the first time. And at the end of the day, like, I don't know. I don't really care as much. This guy's getting so many crits on me. Okay. I actually gotta focus here. Holy shit, this guy crit spams. Let go of your space bar, man. Damn, unlucky. Got him really low. You also change your keyboard switches? I'm using a HyperX Pulsefire. No, not Pulsefire. A HyperX... Some HyperX keyboard. Which is, like, really good for Osu. I could not care less about custom keyboards now. I have, like, a $400 custom keyboard that I don't use. Because it's trash for gaming. And it also turned out that my Glorious keyboard that I used to use, it had input lag. Like, and I can notice it so much when I switch back to it from using this keyboard. Like, dude, Glorious, man, it's actually pain. Using Glorious products, just sort of pain. I would not recommend using the GMMK2 anymore. Because, like, the input lag on it, it's sort of really bad. And, like, you can change it in the software because the Glorious keyboards sort of have, like, a debounce setting. Sort of like how, like, the Glorious mice have. And, like, the thing is, having a keyboard on very low debounce, it's terrible. Because, like, when I'm playing a game like Osu, like, it constantly double taps, bro. And it's, like, it's bad. So, like, Glorious just needs to fix their shit, basically. Everyone here seems to be pretty decently high ping right now. Nice. What server am I on? I'm on MC PvP Club. My aim. Like, this version of combat when, like, knockback scaling is, like, disabled, dude. So good. It's so much fun. Like, the test server that we have, it's so much better than vanilla knockback. Like, it's not even, like, comparable. Lag is an advantage in games with Void. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Any Void-based game mode where, like, knocking players into the Void is, like, a big part of the game. Like, for example, Crystal Rush on Tubnet for the 2.5 people that play Tubnet. And then also Sky Battle. Sky Battle, like, even though, like, knocking players into the Void isn't as big of a thing in that game, if you just have, like, high ping, like, you're not gonna, like, be knocked into the Void nearly as much. Which is sort of sad. I thought that guy was gonna die. Is there stream delay? There might be a little bit. There probably is a little bit. My aim, I'm missing hits. I'm losing this fight. Unlucky. Is there move to 1.19 permanent? I mean, I still play 1.8 from time to time. But, like, I just play a lot more of this version. I have to crit spam against this guy. Unlucky. I'll win again eventually. I'm just not really playing that smart right now. Hopefully this guy has low ping, so I can actually go for combos. I did a poll, by the way, on my channel, where I asked people what's like they find more fun, comboing or crit spamming, and it's not even close. People like comboing more. People just like comboing. Like, I don't know why. Like, I also got some arguments like, oh, like with knockback scaling disabled, you can't crit spam as much. It's gonna be worse. Who likes crit spamming? Nobody. Like, it's sort of funny. Comboing is literally the reason why I play Minecraft PvP, because it's just fun. Like, it gets that dopamine rush in my brains, you know? This guy's pretty laggy. Is my mouse cam enabled? Let me actually do that. Oh wait, it's dog shit. Hold up. Okay, should be better. Nice. Why would you switch to 1.19 PvP? 1.8.9 will always be the best. I can't believe that you betrayed your 300k people fan base. Because, dude, at the end of the day, this version gets more updates with knockback scaling removed. Like, this literally feels like 1.7. You just click slower. That's the only difference. And it's just annoying playing a game that like obviously like the developers don't care about. Dude, my aim is so shit right now. Are you still main 1.8.9? I mean, like, I play both. I wouldn't necessarily say I have a main. It's just like... Oh my god, my aim against high ping players is so bad. Nice. Do you think Windows 11 is better than Windows 10? Not really. I don't know. It doesn't really matter that much, but I'm an early adapter, personally. So I'm on Windows 11 because I know that like Windows 11 is gonna outlast Windows 10. So it's like... Why would I like use like sort of a platform that's just gonna die faster? Sort of how I think about it. There we go. What's your CPU? I use an i7 12700K. In 2023, it's literally impossible to get pot leaderboards and MMC legit. Yeah. This guy is actually pretty good. Nice. You gonna do any SMP content? Probably not. Like, SMP content just seems super boring to me. Playing on an SMP seems super boring to me. Like, I don't know. I always liked PvP. I think PvP... Oh my god. Oh, this is gonna suck. I've always just liked PvP way more. Am I not sprinting? What the fuck? When did I tap my sprint key? I don't know when that happened. Yeah, I didn't do that bad. Have you played HCF? Not much in the past. I don't know. HCF is sort of sleeper to me. Just because, I don't know. Having to, like, build a base and acquire gear. Like, I'd rather just, like, fight right off the bat. Like, my attention span, I have no attention span. Elevate is a joke. I have no idea what elevate it means. What does the orange lunar thing on your name mean? It means that I'm a partner. Guy's knockback is like sort of stuttery. Have you seen you stream on 1.19 before? I stream 1.9 like sometimes. I don't know. Just sort of a rare occurrence. Wonder if Oasis wants to duel. Let's get the sword duel. I don't know if she's in my stream. I'm assuming she is in my stream because she said that I was streaming in chat. So I can like respond in my stream and not have to type in game. I would go on my server, but it's sort of scuff. You still get kicked from right-clicking people. Nice. Are you still gonna upload the Bedwars video showcasing the sugarcane? Nah, I didn't get enough clips for it. And by the time, like, I wanted to actually upload the video, the sugarcanes were already gone. So, like, I sort of screwed myself over. But yeah, lag, like, it might look like I'm doing really well against Oasis, but I have high ping, and I'm not going to take knockback because high ping is stupid like that. Like right there, on the third hit, I just didn't move, and it sort of allowed me to escape the combo that she would have gotten on me otherwise. It's literally like I have anti-KB right now. Meanwhile, every single one of my hits will deal consistent knockback. It's just the biggest thing wrong with this game. Like, it's sort of scuff. The high ping advantage. Oops. Aim, please. Aim, please. Oh my god. What pack am I currently using? Vanilla plus V2. Dude. Okay, my aim is actually trash. Holy shit. Will you upgrade to RTX 40 series? Probably never. If anything, I'm gonna skip 40 series. It's just not a big enough upgrade for me to matter. Like, I have a 3070. It can run completely fine in, like, any game that I want. And I still play on 1080p. I haven't, like, tried 4K yet. Or, like, 1440p. So, like, just not really much of a point. Like, there would be more of an incentive for me to upgrade if I was on at least 1440p, but I still run on 1080p. The one thing that does interest me about the 40 series graphics cards, though, is AV1 encoding, though. You can find on that server server we played on a while ago if you're testing ping difference. We can. Lake, do you still have the IP? I'll go on it. Plan on making more speedrunning content? Nah, that was just sort of like a one-time thing. I don't really have any interest in speedrunning. I'm always going to be doing PvP content, I think, for the most part. Here, I'm going to go on this server. I'm not going to share the IP of it, because I know that people are, like, this is like an FFA server. I know that people are going to, like, cut in. But you can see on this server, I have, like, way low ping. Oasis can actually do this to me now. Can I actually come back from this? No! Oh, GG, it's over. I missed my crit. Oh my god, wait, here, Oasis, come over here. You showed the IP, did I actually? Unlucky. I'm not fighting you, let me fight someone else. Hold up. Where does spawn? You're still in combat. There we go. Can you show the keyboard? I can't really raise it up to my screen that well. There you go. Hey, tell me what monitor you use. I use the Acer 390Hz monitor, which I've still been using, and I love it. Probably never gonna change. This monitor is just way too good. Nice. I don't know how I won that. I felt like I got less hits. You can see my ping on here is like 14 ms. It's sort of crazy. Personally enjoy playing 1.19 or 1.8 more. It depends. Like, it really depends. I enjoy, for mini games, probably 1.8 more. Just because, like... And that's purely because of knockback scaling. Nice. Gonzalo, it's been a while. Yo, what's up, dude? I might stream some more in the future. I've actually been getting, like, a little bit better playing at lower ping. Just because, like, going from 100 ms on every server to playing on, like, 18 ms, it feels so different. It's hard to get used to at first. Oops. You think knockback scaling makes high ping more balanced in 1.8 to compensate for bad hit reg? I said this before, but I think, like, when it comes to delayed hits, they can be an advantage or disadvantage. Like, you can get crazy delayed hits, right? Bad hit reg is just like... I don't really think that knockback scaling compensates for anything. And on 1.8, like, I've already said, it does not matter if knockback scaling is enabled or disabled. Just because, like, the attack speed is just higher. So, like, the same effects don't happen. It's sort of, I guess, confusing to wrap your head around, but I'm hoping that, like, in my latest video, like, I sort of explained it to the best of, like, my ability. That was a nice combo. Thoughts on the combat snapshot? I still haven't tested it yet. And I want to at some point. Like, I don't know. I think like there's definitely a lot that I need to test, but like it sort of feels like the combat snapshot sort of feels like a dead end like thing though, because like Minecraft has not like changed it in like forever, so like it sort of makes me question like whether or not like it's even worth covering, because is it actually gonna go anywhere? It doesn't really seem that way. So like I don't know. Like, it just sort of seems like it's just like a dead end. They haven't updated it in 2 years. They haven't provided like any insight on it. So it's like, why even bother covering it? The new snapshot puts snowballs in combat section. What does that mean? Or can you actually use snowballs to like deal knockback now? Is that a thing? Because that should be a thing. Like, I don't know why they ever removed it from this version. Like, they're actually like dumb for changing that. That's really good then. Did Oasis get off? Oh no, she's still online. I'm probably gonna end stream quick because I didn't really mean for this to be like an actual stream. Someone gave an invisibility potion. That's funny. Oh, there you go. Still attacking too fast on here, which is unlucky. 88 ms, yeah. It's like the ping rolls are like pretty much reversed now. Just sort of funny. The hell? You're clicking tab, you're looking IP. Oh yeah, it's whatever. Dude, what? Okay. I'm hacking. I guess I need to try hit selecting a little more. Like, usually when I play on low ping, I sort of try to rely off of 3 block hits. But with people who like lag a little bit, you can't really like 3 block hit someone because their KB is like delayed and you won't knock them out of range with like the first hit. You have to be like so precise to hold combos. Do you think that 1.8 is all CPS and no skill other than W tap ag? No. I think that 1.8 has a lot of skill, right? But I think the problem is that once you get to a certain skill level in 1.8 like based game modes, like there's not much to improve on besides your CPS, and that's like a money barrier where like you have to like buy like a specific mouse to like get that advantage, the CPS advantage, which is just dumb. So like a lot of people are already really good at 1.8 PvP because it's been out for so long. It's been out for like, what, like 8 years? So you have some people who are like, they're already at the skill ceiling, right? Where the only way that like people who fight each other at the skill ceiling can improve even more is to just get a double clicking mouse, which I think is just dumb. I know the pain now whenever you fight me on MC PvP Club, because like you do not move on here either. How can I get better at 1.8? I've made plenty of videos on that you can look up. Share the keyboard to the face cam. I can't. The cable is too short. I can't get any 3-block hits. I have to hit selects, but it's just so hard waiting so long between each of my hits. The knockback to go through. 1.9 still has a lot of potential. Yeah, 100%. They just need to remove like knockback scaling from the game. And like 1.9 combat, for the most part, is like fantastic. There we go. Keystrokes, please install. I'm begging it. My keystrokes are right here. Oh, wait, you can't actually see them. Hold on. There we go. Should I pot after? Yeah, sure. Yeah, this is also definitely like so much easier to hold combos on higher ping than it is on lower ping. Like, not only can you like attack faster, but because of your like delayed sort of knockback, you can just sort of like be less like strict with where like how much distance is between like you and your opponent. I'm not even gonna bother trying the combo. Like, I'm just gonna like strafe. Oops. Aim. Holy shit. It's interesting that there's only 6 pearls. There's gapples in this kit? I didn't even know that. Oh, I'm bad. I dropped. What's the pot difference? I don't even know. All right, well, I'm probably gonna get off stream for a bit. That's all I really wanted to talk about this stream, was sort of like the lag advantage and how it like affects PvP. I'm gonna turn this into a video, so yeah, look forward to that, because this topic is very interesting to me, and I think it's very interesting to a lot of players. So yeah, all right. Well, thanks for tuning into the stream, guys. I know this wasn't like really a proper stream. I might do like an actual stream like in the near future, but yeah, I'll see you guys. Bye bye.